Sun Tzu's Art of War and Military Logistics in Modern Projects. The battlefield of modern projects. When we think of war, we imagine generals, armies, supply chains, and strategies that decide the fate of nations. When we think of project management, we imagine timelines, budgets, stakeholders, and deliverables. At first glance, these two worlds couldn't be further apart. Yet, beneath the surface, they share a striking similarity. Both are battles fought in uncertainty, under pressure, and against constraints. Sun Tzu, the ancient Chinese strategist and author of The Art of War, taught that success is not a matter of chance but of preparation, awareness, and adaptability. His timeless principles, knowing yourself and your enemy, adapting like water, securing logistics, and maintaining morale, resonate just as powerfully in boardrooms and project offices as they once did on ancient battlefields. In modern projects, the enemy is not always a human adversary. It may be scope creep, market competition, regulatory hurdles, or internal resistance. The army is the project team, diverse in skills but united under a common goal. The weapons are tools, methodologies, and technologies. And perhaps most importantly, the logistics are the resources, supply chains, and scheduling systems that sustain the effort. Just as an army without food, ammunition, or reinforcements collapses, a project without timely resources, aligned stakeholders, and controlled risks is doomed to fail, no matter how brilliant the strategy. This is why integrating Sun Tzu's strategic mindset with military logistics discipline offers one of the most powerful lenses for understanding and mastering project management today. This article explores how ancient war philosophy and battlefield logistics can shape the way we plan, execute, and succeed in projects. From leadership and morale to adaptability and resource planning, we'll see how these timeless lessons can transform the role of a project manager from a scheduler into a true strategist and commander. 1. The strategic lens. Project management as modern warfare. Projects are campaigns. They start with objectives, consume resources, face external threats, and succeed or fail depending on leadership and logistics. Sun Tzu's Art of War emphasizes that victory is not luck but preparation and strategic thinking. In the corporate world, competitors, regulations, limited resources, and technology challenges create a battlefield. Project equals campaign, project manager equals general, team equals army, stakeholders equals allies and AMP. Political leaders, risks equals enemy, ambushes, resources and AMP. Budget equals logistics, supply chain. By reframing project execution as a campaign, managers unlock centuries of military wisdom. 2. Sun Tzu's core principles applied to PMA. Know yourself. Know the enemy in war. Victory comes from understanding both your army's strengths and the enemy's weaknesses. In PM, this translates into stakeholder mapping, competitor benchmarking, and team capacity assessment. Example: before launching a new app, analyze internal talent, skills, tech stack readiness, and external market competitors, features, user experience. PM tool equivalents. SWOT analysis, stakeholder analysis, capability maturity models. B. Planning and preparation. Sun Tzu. Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. In war, armies rehearse, scout terrain, and plan supply lines. In PM, teams should validate requirements, run feasibility studies, and simulate workloads before execution. Example: NASA rehearses every space mission with simulations before launch, like a war drill. Similarly, IT projects use proof of concept, POC, phases to avoid catastrophic failure. C. Deception and positioning in war. Feints, camouflage, and misinformation mislead opponents. In PM, confidential product roadmaps, strategic NDAs, and controlled information releases prevent competitors from gaining advantage. Example: Apple launches products under secrecy, revealing only when logistics and supply chains are battle-ready. D. Flexibility. Water strategy. Sun Tzu. Just as water retains no constant shape, so in warfare there are no constant conditions. In war, tactics change based on terrain and enemy moves. In PM, agile methods allow pivoting based on customer feedback, shifting regulations, or new technologies. Example: Spotify's agile squads pivot features rapidly, just as mobile armies shift fronts when terrain changes. Leadership and morale in war. Commanders win loyalty by balancing discipline with compassion. In PM, project managers must enforce deadlines while maintaining trust and motivation. Case study: during World War II, Eisenhower's ability to unify diverse Allied forces reflects how modern PMs align cross-functional teams. 3. Military logistics as backbone of execution. Historical lessons. Alexander the Great expanded rapidly but ensured supply chains stretched to new territories. Napoleon lost in Russia due to stretched logistics, not lack of soldiers. D-Day, 1944, succeeded due to detailed planning of supply drops, landing crafts, and fuel logistics. B. Modern projects. Resources as ammunition. Developers, servers, licenses, equipment must arrive on time. Scheduling as reinforcements. Dependencies must be planned like troop movements. Budget as fuel. Without money flowing at the right time, even prepared projects collapse. Analogy: a delayed vendor delivery in a construction project equals reinforcements arriving late at a battlefield. Both can cause collapse. 4. Applying military logistics to PM frameworks. Supply chain thinking. Map vendors and contractors as supply routes. Build redundancy. 2 suppliers instead of 1, like having multiple supply lines. Apply just-in-time but balance with buffer stocks for emergencies. B. Risk and AMP. Contingency. War generals prepare fallback positions. PMs should prepare fallback vendors, alternative technologies, or budget reserves. C. Communication. As intelligence armies rely on scouts and encrypted communication. PMs need dashboards, KPIs, daily stand-ups, and escalation protocols. D. Tools as weapons. In modern wars, drones and cyber tools decide battles. In PM, project management software, MS Project, Jira, Asana, and real-time data analytics become the weapons of execution. 5. Real-world PM case studies with military parallels. Tech product launch, like a D-Day invasion. Coordination of marketing, logistics, and development mirrors multi-division attacks. Surprise element equals sudden market entry. Large infrastructure project, like ancient military campaigns. Bridge building in war equals modern-day highway construction. Failure of logistics, cement shortage, delayed cranes, equals stalled advance. Crisis management, like guerrilla warfare. Rapid response teams handle disruptions like cyber attacks or PR crises. Uses Sun Tzu's adaptability principle. Strike fast, vanish, regroup. 6. Practical framework for PMs inspired by war. Strategic phase, art of war, vision, stakeholder mapping, risk awareness. Operational phase, military logistics, scheduling, resourcing, supply management. Tactical phase, battlefield decisions, agile sprints, daily stand-ups, quick pivots. Psychological phase, morale and AMP, leadership, communication, recognition, conflict resolution. 7. Key takeaways. Strategy without logistics equals dreams. Logistics without strategy equals chaos. Projects are battles for resources, time, and alignment. Leadership decides outcomes. Sun Tzu teaches foresight and adaptability. Logistics ensures survival and delivery. Modern PMs must think like generals. Clear vision, disciplined execution, flexible tactics. Conclusion. The marriage of Sun Tzu's strategic wisdom and military logistics discipline gives project managers a dual advantage: vision and execution. Just as wars are not won by armies alone but by supply lines, projects are not won by ideas alone but by the precision of execution. A PM who thinks like a strategist and plans like a logistician can transform uncertainty into structured success. From battlefields to boardrooms. History teaches us that wars are not always won by the largest armies or the boldest leaders, but by the generals who knew how to plan strategically, adapt swiftly, and supply consistently. Projects mirror this truth. A brilliant idea, like a brilliant strategy, means little if it collapses under weak logistics or poor execution. Sun Tzu's Art of War reminds us that victory belongs to those who prepare, observe, and adapt. Military logistics reminds us that even the best plan fails without resources arriving at the right place and time. Together, they form a dual lesson for project managers. Strategy provides direction, logistics provides strength. Leadership unites people, adaptability sustains momentum. Modern project managers who internalize these lessons stop being passive administrators and instead become commanders of outcomes. They anticipate challenges, align resources, build morale, and adapt to shifting terrain, whether that terrain is technological disruption, regulatory change, or organizational politics. In the end, both war and projects are about transformation, reshaping uncertainty into clarity and chaos into order. By applying Sun Tzu's wisdom and respecting the science of logistics, project managers can not only deliver results but also lead with vision, resilience, and strategic foresight. So the next time you plan a project, remember, you are not just managing tasks, you are commanding a campaign.